Okay, so for everybody who was on the call, you have the recording. It felt a little technical to me, maybe because I was teaching you how to do it. So I'd like to do this right now as a meditation because I said that I do this every day. All right. And I'd like you to be able to do that too, because it's really, really important for you to be able to keep getting yourself into that positive mindset to create and make the success that you want to be. So I'd like you to be able to use this meditation, not just this week and not just next week, but every day for the rest of the year. Don't get mad if you don't do it one day, but you'll find your mood elevates if you do it. I'm really, really passionate about what we talked about today. And I'm really, really passionate about your results too. And I can't explain how deep my desire is to help you create and make success. So I'm just going to put this little tidbit in here. Just remember each week to do this process. And all the other processes I teach you, like cortices and things, every week we'll learn something new. And if you start using them, they will become your new normal. You won't have to think about them and you'll get the results. And if you don't, well, you just have to start doing them again because that's what we need to make change. There are other meditations that you can do as well. I listen to a lot of them over time. But I will try and bring you the meditations that make your life better, make it easier, make it healthier, make it, let it enhance your clarity and your focus. You can't meditate for 20 minutes and then expect it to last for 23 and a half hours. Does that make sense? And when you do have a meditation, it's not about then dropping out of it and going about your day and your business as usual. It's about helping yourself stay. How do I want to word this? To help you become it, to help you overcome the 20, 30, or 40 years of the programming that you have gone through. Okay. We have been programmed by society to live mediocre lives, to not try to shine, to not step into our own intuition, and to play small. Okay. To always sort of hide under the radar. And we want you to get out of that paradigm. So half an hour a day is fine to start. You can listen to the meditations while you're washing dishes, or I don't know, go down for a nap, or even in your car, because I'm not hypnotizing you, I'm not putting you to sleep, but I am helping you to refocus or reprogram or even recode the way your mind has been working. And we want your mind to look for possibility instead of saying, oh, shoot, that didn't work before. Why would I do it now? And again, it's just a start. All right. It's enough. Over time, if you hang out with me throughout each one of these Tuesday nights, you're going to go faster and you're going to do more and you're going to live your whole day in a new vibration. So to learn to, it just occurred to me, yeah, and your brain is going to resist. Your brain is going to fight. The more you shift and change until it becomes comfortable with your new normal. I get this. But you don't have to fight back with the resistance. You just have to notice that there is resistance and just put one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly, and hold it there for 60 seconds or longer. Because science has shown we change the endorphins, we create new hormones, we release the cortisol, we lower our blood pressure. All of the stress goes away when we have our hands in those two positions. And I sort of call it a magnetic point. Okay, I want to make sure that you can get to this place. And so we could even say that this is my intention for you. So not necessarily a goal, but I know that it's a spot that you can get to, and it becomes your new normal, and it allows you to be good for the rest of the day. And you'll get to the point where all you need is 5 minutes of meditation. Like there are days when I just go, yes, 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 yes. And I do that for maybe 5 minutes before I have to hop out of bed and go help Omar or let the cats in or out or whatever. And I've already set my mood. And I can do it anytime. I can do it sitting in front of a cup of coffee if I were to drink coffee. Sorry, just breathing and thinking. Remember to breathe and exhale with the sigh going past your vocal cords. And one of the things you will notice is your bank account will change. People will respond to you differently. You'll just be happier most of the time, and you'll bring in more people who are at that happier vibration. We've been programmed in our society that we can become happy, or we wait to be happy as soon as we're good enough, or as soon as we have money of a certain amount in our bank, or we have the right husband or the right ring in our finger, or we have kids or the right car or the right title. It's like it's a phony, false way of living, because we get to those things and we achieve them and go, wow, is that all there is? So we've been set up to wait to feel good. But what we do need to do is change how we feel in the now so that we can receive, to make a container to receive where it is we want to arrive. And I didn't know his habit, but I do know now that when change, in order for change to show up, I have to transform, I have to shift. So I want you to inhale and exhale, breathing in and breathing out. Allow the breath to fill your lungs all the way down to the tips of your toes, and release it and inhale, feeling your chest expand, and then exhale, letting it collapse, pulling in the energy from the trees and the plants and the planet, and then exhaling and giving carbon dioxide back, allowing you to become in synergy with this entire planet. We're not separate from the planet. We are a part of this planet. We are the air, we are the vibration, we are everything. Simply allow yourself, give yourself permission to step by step align yourself emotionally with where you want to be. You don't have to think of it, because that's in your head. Just feel it. Feel it throughout your body. Feel it in your elbows, your toes, your feet, your butt sitting on the chair. Allow yourself to just experience what that might feel like. And we're going to try and do this step by step so you can follow along. And each step is designed for you to teach your body emotionally where it is going to go. So it prepaves in your mind exactly what your brain and body are going to expect. And then when it shows up, you'll actually be able to keep it. Now, if you're ready, let's begin bringing up the picture of where you are today, what you have in your life, what you desire, how you're feeling. And as you do that, I want you to think about your desired goal. What does it look like to live a life you love? In health, in wealth, in relationships? Where will you be? What will the weather be like? What will you feel? You're living a life you love in health and vitality. You're living your true nature and purpose. And you are the dominant creative force in your life. So what would the person that you are becoming, what would they do? What would they be doing right now? And as you do that, I want you to notice how far in the future that is. I want you to notice how you feel when you're thinking about that. And as you think about what you want to feel, allow yourself to feel the inspiration and the desire to achieve that. And notice how you're feeling right now in the moment. And just notice, is there a constriction in your body? Is there an ache and a pain? Is there a shiver? Is there a tingle? Is there a prickle? What just happened when you were thinking about that? And now take a moment and just step one step back in the past. Remember where you used to be before you were where you are today? And do you remember being the person who wanted and desired to be right where you have created yourself right now? There was a time you wanted to be where you are right now. And it seemed like a big leap for you then. Whether it was that you needed a job, or you needed to end a relationship, or you needed to start a relationship, or find a new flat, or start a business. There was a time you didn't have what you have today. That person may not have had the finances, or was still living at home, or was in college, or wanted to start a family. Just one step back from today in your life. Remember being that person. And I want you to imagine sending them a letter, or a fax, or a phone call. And thank them because they got you to where you are today. And isn't it true that you wanted to be where you are now in life? Back then, you had a different problem that you wanted solved. You had other things that you needed to work through. And now you've solved them. And because this is your new normal, you may have forgotten what you were going through back then. But I want you to remember that at one point in your life where you are today, whether it's you buying your first house or traveling the world or starting a new career, wherever you are today, even if it's getting rid of something like getting rid of anxiety or a relationship or a place, acknowledge that each of these things have been your co-creation. So take a moment, think about where you've been, and thank yourself. Thank yourself for this adventure, this journey that you've been on. Allow yourself to get really, really, really grateful, really, really thankful. Feel love for that person and what they went through. You're standing on their shoulders right now in a different energy of enlightenment, maybe even a certain aspect of peace or ease or confidence or acceptance. You were encouraged enough to work through whatever you had to work through to get to where you are now. So thank that version of you. And allow yourself to expand into that gratefulness. You might suddenly have the thought that there are so many people that have it worse. Just by the fact that you're listening to this, that you're able to download this, that you have a device to play this meditation on, you're in the top 1% of successful human beings. Soak that in. And what we have in life is beyond what any Egyptian pharaoh or president of the United States ever had. Kings and queens of Europe didn't even have what we have today. In fact, just 15 years ago, we didn't have the abundance we have now. We didn't have Zoom and all these different audio apparatuses and webinars, and it's been amazing, the technological advances we've made. In fact, it wasn't until the 1950s that people started getting refrigerators all through North America, that it was in standard homes. We have such a great life. And I want you right now to feel that gratitude, that great fullness. Appreciate it. Feel happy with exactly where you are now. And allow yourself too to feel a strange sense of satisfaction and appreciation of where you are in your life right now. And also notice that you do still have a desire to be somewhere else. And that's okay. You can feel both of these. Are they emotions? These feelings at the same time. And as you do, I want you to think that's the first step in realizing where you want to go. So what is your next big goal? What is it you really, really want? What's the first thing you need to do? Hand on heart, hand on belly, and breathe deeply. The first move, and when you know it, and you might have this written down if you did the exercise with us, just take that step energetically in your mind. Step forward into the first step that's going to be towards your big goal. You don't have to figure out what it is. Just take the leap in your imagination and notice what that is. Maybe you got a name. Maybe you got a symbol. Maybe it's something you've achieved. Maybe it's something that you've become or something you've let go of. It might be a new behavior. It might be a new belief system. It might be that you have to move to a new environment. What's that next step? Do you need to sign up for training or a course? Just let yourself notice what the energy is. And as you make this, I want you to think the version of you in the past and the version of you that actually got you here. And thank your past self again. And ask yourself this question. How does it feel? How does it feel to already have achieved this? Imagine what you've already achieved, and I want you to ask yourself, what would it feel like if this was done already? How would I feel if I was here? What would I believe about life? What is my belief now that I am here? What do I believe about myself? What do I believe about being here? What do I believe? And as you do, I want you to feel the satisfaction with where you are, grateful for where you've been, and inspired to get to where you want to get to. Take a deep breath. Allow yourself to feel it all. The mind is probably very confused by now because it has to think, or it tries to think it has to be in the past, or it has to be in the future, or it has to be present. But it's the mind that creates the past, the present, and the future. Don't haunt the past. You've already come through it. And you are living in the present because every moment is the present. But you are allowed to hold your vision, your inspiration of where we're going, creating a life we love on this planet. Now, as you feel this, I want you to notice that you're breathing very deeply. And your big goal is still a couple of steps away. In fact, there's at least one step between where you are now and where you truly desire to be. Okay, so there's one more step that you've got to take here. One more step towards your big goal. And as you take this next step and you step into the next place, whether it's a new environment, a new belief structure, whether it's taking a new action, maybe it's a new result. In life, whatever it is, what's the next logical step? And as you take that step, the old you will drop away. And it will turn into your grateful and graceful past. And as you allow your gratitude to express backwards in life to all the people you've been. Just take another moment and think of all those other versions of you that had to take action, that had to be courageous in order to step into this new place. Hand on heart, hand on belly, take a deep, deep breath and ask yourself, how does it feel to have achieved this place? How does it feel to be in this milestone? What does it look like? What is it that you're doing? What have you achieved? And what do you say to yourself now that you're here? And I want you to notice that your big desire is just that one step away. So it seems quite easy, doesn't it? At this point, it's only one step away. In life, everything is just one step away. But why are we here? You're about to achieve your big goal. So how does it feel? Are you excited? Are you grateful? Would you feel appreciative of where you are and how you got here, knowing that what you want is just one step away? And when you're ready, when you truly have felt the gratitude of being where you are in life, I want you to take that step onto your desired goal. And as you do, I want you to know that you've achieved what it is that you wanted to achieve. Feel it. You're there. What does it feel like? What does it look like? What does it smell like? Does it have a taste? Allow your senses to feel electrified with this new achievement of your goal. Feel the energy coursing through your body. Now, look back at your grateful past, at all the things that you had to go through in order to be this new person. And notice it couldn't be any other way. Some of the things that you thought were negative were actually teaching you a lesson. They were a redirection. It may have felt like a rejection, but really you were redirecting you to where you needed to be. I want you to feel gratitude for every person in your past, every place you have ever been, every upset, every single time things didn't go your way. I want you to express massive gratitude to yourself. Because even though those things were bumpy, even though they were tough, you got through it. You focused, you rested your attention, you knew what you wanted to do, and extend gratitude to all those past versions of one step back to the one back in the present day and the one of the past. Just feel love for the person that you were. Feel love for you, for all those versions of you, because they did and they got here and you're here now. And I want you to notice what it feels like to have achieved your goal. And really feel it now that you've achieved your goal. How do you stand? So look around energetically. What's in your life? Notice what you're feeling. And what other feelings are associated with this feeling? And what are you doing with your body now? I want you to let your body celebrate. Put your body in that energy of having achieved your goal and now celebrate it. Wouldn't it be nice if you could just flood your body right now and teach your body exactly how it would feel to have achieved this goal, to allow yourself to feel this feeling even more. And as you start to feel it, allow yourself to feel it even more than before. And feel the more you want to feel it. And I know your mind's going to balk at this. It's going to say this is too difficult. But start saying things in your mind of what you'd say if you'd achieved it. And start picturing yourself achieving this. And notice how it would feel to be the person right now. And as you do this, you're signaling your genes and the new ways that you're going to feel. You're teaching your body how it is that it needs to feel. So go ahead, just feel it. Allow yourself and however you're feeling it It's okay. You'll get better and better at doing this the more you do it. So take a deep breath and breathe. And allow yourself to know this is a version of you. This is a dimension of you. This can be you here and now. What would need to happen in order for you to feel this even more and to know that it's done? And as you allow yourself just a little bit more gratitude and appreciation, throw in some joy, a little bit of pride, and allow it to flow through you, however you feel it. And now let's notice that this isn't the end of the game for you. There's still more to come. What the goal is for you now is where you are here and where you're going to go next. And an image might have just popped into your mind, or a word or a thought, or where are you going to go after that? It might be something completely different in your life, or it might be more of the same. So let's go ahead and choose the next goal in your life right now. And as you do that, I want you to step forward in your mind to the next place in life that will leave behind your desired goal. Because as you step forward into this new place, you've moved past the point of the goal that you wanted. The goal that you've already achieved is behind you. Nobody knows what it is, and nobody knows what you're going to do next in your life. But allow yourself to feel gratitude for the person that achieved the goal. Feel gratitude for the people, the person that had to take all the steps to get you here, all the way back to the present day, all the way back to the past. And I want you to feel immense gratitude for all the different versions of you that had to be courageous and to take chances and had to go for it. And as you feel that, I want you to notice how it feels to be that person. How do you stand being somebody that's already achieved all of those things and now is doing even more? Who's in your life? What's in your life? What is it you get to do? And what is it you get to be? Just notice how that feels. And now that you've got this all lined up in your own mind, let's go right back to the present day. So rewind right back to the present. And now you're in the present day. What was that first step you needed to take? Take that first step. Feel it. Feel it. Feel that first step to gratitude for the person in the present day and the person in the past that it was. Allow yourself to teach your body the moves that it needs to make now that you've taken that step. So what's the second step that you need to take towards your big goal? Take a big breath and make the leap. Just take the jump, step forward, feel gratitude for the person behind you, the person from the present day, the person in the past. You're one step away from your desired goal. Teach your body what it needs to do. Teach your body how it needs to feel. And then take the step into your desired goal and feel it be the person that made all those moves. Notice what it feels like to be the gal or the guy who made this. Really feel it. Take as many deep breaths as you need. And notice, how do you hold your body, being the guide, being the person, being the human that did this? So imagine taking that one more step. And as you make that next step into the future, one password is that you want to be right now. And in your mind, as you're here, I want you to play through the steps. Where were you in the past? Where were you in the present? And where were you one step towards a step in today? How's it feel? Let it go through your mind. Play each step 3 in mind. Just replay. Where were you in the past? What have you achieved in the present day? And 1 step, 2 step, you call this to what you've achieved. And where you once were in the future. Now, go through it again. Each step, moving through whenever you're ready. And when you're ready, bring all of those sensations, all of those feelings, all of those achievements from the future. Allow them to come into your body now. You can open your eyes, feeling really, really good. Feeling like you know exactly what you need to do. Feeling like you did the most important thing. Feel like you have recoded and reconditioned yourself. Come back into your body with a feeling that there's a future version of you that you are creating that is calling to you. There's a future version of you that is pulling you along, that is so proud of the action you're about to take, so proud of you pushing through everything that's tough. It's a future version of you that's so grateful for who you are and what you're doing right now. There's a future version of you cheering you on, wanting you to succeed, so that when you're ready, come back into your body knowing that there is a magnet aligning you to where you want to be. And you can do this as often as you want throughout the day. Have an amazing day. Like I said, next week we're going to do quantum jumping, probably as a meditation. And maybe we'll release some ancestral burdens that we brought along with us that we didn't even know we had lined up. And please, please, please do this exercise that we just did every day. It gets faster and faster and more natural the more you do it. Do it several times a day. Reprogram your DNA and pull your future into now instead of being stuck and haunting the past. And if you need me, just reach out. I still do one-on-one sessions and tune-ups. We can talk for 15 minutes on Zoom and have a cup of tea. And until then, I'll see you next week. Give me a yes if you're coming. PM me later today or tomorrow. And I'm going to ask too, for all of you, let me know if you liked the way today went. I'm not used to doing it, not looking at people and seeing how you respond. It was a little bit like working out of a tunnel. So it felt a little odd for me. And then Zoom wasn't letting some people in, and it was interesting. So obviously I have some energetic quirks that I still need to work through. I welcome any feedback that you have. If you loved it, tell your friends that we want more of us in this revolution. And it's spelled small r, capital E, VOLUTION, like evolution, but it's a revolution. Let's take us out of the 3D and start building the life we imagine is possible on this planet. Big hugs, big kisses. Let me know if you're coming Tuesday. Bye for now.